You know, that's the first time I've heard those comments, but it's sad. I feel bad for his parents. Obviously, they're still alive, and they're going to have to live with the stories and the consequences of what he did. So I feel very bad for his parents.
And this also is we learned that the Dallas shooter purchased guns legally, officials say, and that continues to be a conversation in the wake of these killings.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, we're going to talk about the Second Amendment going forward, but the reality is we have laws in Texas against murder, and this guy violated those laws. I don't think new gun laws would have changed what this guy did. So, you know, we'll continue to have that conversation, but I'm very confident that the Second Amendment will stand strong.
I think right now, after this tragedy has come out, I think one of the big things that's changed a lot is social media. You know, you see a lot of people coming out on social media and kind of fanning the flames, if you will. A lot of people coming out and giving their opinion on it, and we need to rally, we need to do this, we need to go out and get the cops. I mean, is there any way to police the social media or to try to oversee that so that it doesn't make a bad situation worse?
You know, that's a great question, but, you know, we do have the First Amendment. These protesters were out expressing their views that we're actually in opposition to the police department in Dallas. I think that's just the reality of our country. With the First Amendment, people can say what they want. So I think that's just an issue we're going to have to deal with going forward.
And as we heard from the Dallas police chief earlier, his eloquent words that everybody was talking about today, we heard from him yesterday, saying that cops are doing enough. They're doing their job. And we're asking too much of cops in this country. Your response to that?
You know, I've been very impressed with the police chief. I've been very impressed with the Dallas Police Department. If you think about what they did here, they stepped into a situation where these were protesters against them, and yet they went out there and marched with them and then ran into the line of fire. So it's a pretty amazing story that they were willing to sacrifice to that degree. And obviously, these guys aren't making a lot of money. They're doing it out of pure love and service to our community. So I can tell you from my standpoint, I think from the community standpoint, we appreciate everything that the police chief and their officers have done.
Hey, this is Harlan. I heard a great idea from Chief Brown yesterday. He was so eloquent, and his suggestion was, if you want to change the police department, come join it. You know, we're hiring. And I just thought that I had never heard somebody articulate that response. Come change the culture from within. And I thought that was a pretty remarkable moment. I don't know if you had a chance to see those remarks.
I did not see the remarks, but I heard about them, and I thought it was a very concise, well-put statement. It's so easy to complain and make all your comments about what the police department didn't do right, and here he is offering people an opportunity to come work and go into those communities and make a difference. So I appreciate what he said. Again, he's done a great job.
All right, Ken Paxton, thanks for joining us early this morning.
Hey, thanks for having me on. It's an important day in Dallas.
It is indeed. Thank you.